Hello. So, I'm going to try to explain what I think is happening between you and your lovely dude, Travis. I'm going to say this is an observation of mine, and it goes kind of like this. You take a male and a female of any species. It can be birds, it can be anything. Now, when you get the two together in more ways than one, you get a rise of energy, and you get a rise specifically of, let's see here, of Kundalini energy, like it's from the base, from up, like, how do I say this? You must have seen that sometimes people get nervous just when close to somebody, and this can be nervous like a guy likes a girl and he gets close to her and just, oh, I don't know what to do. And you'll see this exact same thing, these signs of nervousness. Like they'll act nervous, and this is a way to waste excessive electric energy inside their body, inside their brains. Or you're going to see the same thing when people want to do something and they don't know how. Like, I want to get close to her, but I don't know how, and what if she does this, or what if she says that? And you get this restless thing where you don't sit still. It's very visible, this whole process, if you look at bird mating games. So how generally the male will see a female, and when a male sees a female, just eyes on her and right, it's just, there's something that just replies in our system if the female is really attracted to that one male. I believe it has to do with the reptilian brain. So neurologically and anatomically, like, you get a lot of electricity, a lot of signaling, firing in the reptilian brain when you look at something really. Now, you have to actually lead that energy, that electrical energy, through the rest of your neural network into actually doing something. Now, if we were reptiles, that would be enough. You would just run, get the female, have your way with her, and be done with it. The same reptilian thing gets activated when you see a male, and you get triggered, but into a conflict. So not mating, but some competition, conflict. Right? Somebody just flips, just does things to you, and you get just intense energy to do something. Now the problem is, every brain is optimized for a certain level of electrical activity, electric voltage. Like, they can handle a certain level, and if you get way below that, it gets really boring. They get like, right? They're like, if you're like a, I don't know, healthy guy, and you go somewhere where it's like an old people's home, and everybody's like, low energy, everything is in slow motion, everything takes a month to do. But you're like a skydiver, or you're like filled with cocaine or something, your brain needs some action right now, then the energy levels won't match. The old people there will be, just because of age and things, will be low energy and comfortable at low energy, and you will be craving high energy, and you'll be like a lot more engaged and in your element at a bullfight or skydiving or in Mad Max. Like, if you were in that movie Mad Max, if you were on one of those cars and throwing, or in a medieval battlefield or something, right? So we're all optimized for this level of thing. Now, when you bring alcohol and psychedelics and cigarettes and stuff like that, what they do is very specific voltage, electric voltage tuning, and this goes for both body and brain. Like, I see this when I go juggle outdoors. Where's my juggling balls? I don't have any, so I'll have to use rocks. This might be actually funny when I drop them. So when I juggle, right, I do this outdoors, and people who are used, like teenage heavy smokers or any age heavy smokers, they're used to basically a lot of sitting around. Even if they'll be doing things with the BMX or the skateboard or something, they may have periods where they're used to their brain just dropping voltage, just and you can watch this in how they hold their hands, because somebody who's like more active will have their hands powered up. You can see electrical power up to the ends of their fingers, and somebody who's low energy, their voice and their arms will just hang. Now, back to Travis. You said alcohol, which takes the energy down. You said basically the higher you get with psychedelics, because they do raise brain body voltage and they teach you how to actually handle it. You said that the more you get close and you're high energy, the lower energy he gets. And this is exactly what's happening. Like if there's a circle of energy and he's comfortable with just a maximum voltage of a certain size, if you try to push beyond that, he's like, oh! So he's, in a sense, I mean, I'm just telling them as I see them, he's holding you back, voltage-wise. Because at high voltage, you get the special effects, so to speak. You get the paranormal activity and the intuition really raised, and the empathic skills, the really good telepathic connection. That's why people trip together, to have that stuff, to connect at high voltage. This happens, by the way, more during ovulation than out of it. And if you use psychedelics, it doesn't matter, because they push your voltage high in whatever phase of the cycle you are. So yeah, there's basically people who are comfortable at low voltage and people who are very uncomfortable at low voltage, like myself. That's why I avoid alcohol, and even drinkers and smokers like the plague, unless I really work with them. And it's like I sort of, on a temporary basis, I can work with them just to get them up to clean voltage. But if they want to stay low, we're done. I'm just, you stay with your drinking, smoking people. I go with my trippy, juggling, meditating, whatever, orgy people. And never had an orgy yet, but I'm still working at it. So, yeah, I hope this clarifies some stuff. Ask some questions, just get some back and forth going, because this is how it works. This is what I see all day, these electric things, and you'll see people looking away. So to not have that connection which raises voltage for both involved. Yeah, just look at this and tell me what it triggers in your head. Ta-da!